Okay, well, today was my first really busy day since getting back to work, getting work on the rewrite of the IT project almost 3 weeks ago now. Yeah, at least 10 hours. It's a really productive day. Um, I, and I'm aware as I'm doing this stuff that I'm not going to be able to use it. Um, I got to a second part of the project, maybe five or six, hopefully not six. Less than 3 months. I got to the second part of the project, and I learned from what Grok laid out for the first part, and I thought, well, how would Grok do this? And so I'm formulating a guess as I'm working. It will doubtlessly tell me that I have it completely wrong. And see, that's the thing. Part of the reason it's disheartening is because I could just like give Grok free reign and get this done in 2, 3 weeks. But I have to do it myself to learn how to do it myself, which means learning from Grok's complete destruction of what I wrote before and try to write something more like it wrote this coming time. Let's see what it says. Um, it's it feels like there's too much code compared to just how tight Grok got the other stuff. It feels like there's too much code. So I don't really see where. This is not result retrieval, not the part that downloads the results, or the part that processes the results after they've been downloaded, and not the part that transforms into the Excel document. I might add that. I might add the part that downloads them too. Right now, I've built God knows how many. Literally God knows how many, 25 different classes to hold the result data. And this is the thing. Before they were laid out in a nice tree, there was the parent result document, and then it contained uh, result sets, and the result sets contained, well, here's a survey, here's the IT score. The IT scores are broken up into IT items and individual agencies on those. And that's not what Grok did with the first part. What it did was create the equivalent of the result document and then lay everything in there directly, as opposed to having it branched down. Well, a response belongs in a survey, item belongs in a survey, sort of thing. It just says it all in a result document. I think it would. And so I have to do a little bit more coding to bring it up to speed to compile it. Um, because I've got a good portion done, so I'm working on getting to compile, and there are a few things I left out and once again they might be mangled. I don't think this will be. Um, there are 50 some compile errors left, and they are going away very slowly. Um, what I've got is I've got the result packet. Um, the result packet contains a table of contents of where uh, encryption keys and data are located within the result data. It's a complicated encryption system to make sure the data is hidden from me, and it's part of it. And so it processes this in chunks, and it gets byte data that is the byte representation of text. A byte array, hexadecimal is the representation of text. So the text then has to be, the word is deserialized into objects, and these are what I've been working on, all these objects that the text is going to be deserialized into. And I had them half written before, but it wasn't doing it the right way. So there was a good amount of copy and pasting, but there was more time spent modifying. And um, and now I've got all of them, and it won't compile for other reasons. But um, now I've got to figure out how to create the result set, because the entire test configuration comes back before the result data does. And the reason for part of the reason for this is, well, why not? It got sent out there, it got transformed with XSLT, it got put in a database, I just send it back. But part of the reason is the questionnaires. Yeah, without the questionnaire design information, you just have a bunch of numbers and some text and not know what the questions are. And that actually has to be the Excel file. So, um, and that, four could be what? It could be the fourth choice, a multiple choice question. It could be I strongly disagree, I somewhat disagree, I neither agree nor disagree, I somewhat agree. It could be that somewhat agree, a lot of things. So you gotta get the questions too, and then this has to be taken to create a result set element, and um, a result set, and it's nothing enormously difficult to do, kind of. Um, the the way I was doing it is not the way I will be doing it. I had a result set descriptor, which was a very robust class, all sorts of stuff. And now I'm going to try for something very bare bones to create the result set elements. So I can pick apart the result set descriptor, toss aside stuff I don't need, things like that. Um, and then the configuration data will be in the result document, as well as the actual result data itself, the list of result sets. Mm. But I think in the export to Excel stuff, um, mhm. Well, either I gotta change the XSLT, which is not going to fucking happen. It's far too complex. Or I've got to reproduce the exact same XML document, plural documents to feed to the transforms that are likely getting garbled through the process of this. I just realized. Um, no, maybe not right. Let's see. But if I keep having days like today, I can't keep having days like today because I didn't clean any for starters. Didn't generate much mess, but I didn't clean either. Didn't shower, just shaved. Um, and bit depressed. I feel good. I feel good because I got a lot done. But, yeah, same shit. Of course, it's just one day. Like I did it. I hurt my foot. I did the exercises. Actually, I've been making these. Yeah, I hurt my foot. I don't know how, but bad enough that it was uh, coupled with laziness. Yes, I didn't really want to get in the shower because if I get twisted as I came down or something, I thought I might cry on painful. So that bad at least. I, I think it'll be better tomorrow the next day and start doing the exercises and the walks again. I'm avoiding beverages with calories in them, so I'm losing weight. Um, Thinking about why I have been for, I've definitely been going for 10 minutes. I think I was thinking about when I started this thing up. Um, I, yeah, I should say. She's taking, for appearance's sake, a nice, lighthearted, yes, that would be wonderful if it could actually work out. We could be happy. Um, Maybe we'll see if that can happen. Kind of attitude. So, put a note of the description of the title. Going to begin watching at 10:45. Um, okay. So I guess that's really about it. Finish my coffee. The Adderall wears off at 1 a.m. Get some sleep.